This small island is the worst biome in Satisfactory. In fact, it's so bad, it's not even officially a biome. There's no iron, copper, limestone, sand, nitrogen, crude oil, bauxite. But what if that all changed? What if it wasn't useless? Well, today, we find out. Obviously, I do want to mention everything in this video is pure speculation and a fan theory of what could potentially happen to this island in future updates. I've divided up this video into 3 different sections, but the very first section I do want to try and talk about is the Satisfactory storyline and how this island can actually relate to it. So, as I mentioned in the introduction of today's video, this island literally has nothing on it. But what if it had some sort of abandoned Fixit Incorporated building? Fixit is the company that our Pioneer works for. They're the reason why we're sending all these space elevator parts into the sky, and we're trying to solve whatever's going on back on Earth. So what if, on this island, there was an abandoned research facility for Fixit, where they'll be researching something to do with a cure, or something evil potentially. And then you'll have Ada with a few more voice lines saying, don't explore the island, there's no reason to explore it, and the closer that you get towards the island, the more concerned she gets. And eventually, when you find this research facility or this abandoned lab, whatever it may be, something most likely science related, Ada then starts to get a bit concerned and tells you essentially to bugger off and not to go inside. You then enter inside the facility and you can discover a bit more information about Fixit. This could be a massive storyline in the game and it would be incredible. Of course, one of the main reasons as to why I think this would be a pretty good idea is because if you're interested in the Satisfactory lore, then this would be incredible. If you're not that particularly interested, then you don't have to go over to the island and you won't be missing out on anything crucial. So really, this would be a win-win for everyone. But essentially, the storyline can go a bit like this. You're on your way to the island and Ada tells you to stay away if you can. And then eventually, when you get towards the island and you find the abandoned research facility, you end up going inside of it. Then you also find out that you weren't the only Pioneer that landed on this island. It turns out some others have landed there before you, and they were working inside of this research facility. However, something went wrong, a virus got released, and they all ended up dying. You then truly learn who Fixit are, and you've got 2 choices. Either help Fixit and still produce all the parts to try and save humanity back on Earth, or abandon the project. Because in reality, if you don't do what Ada tells you, who's going to stop you? Obviously, the building doesn't have to be anything like this, since this is way over the top, but imagine it's something a little bit similar. There'll be a few different levels to explore, even some underground parts as well, potentially some sort of mini harbour as well with some boats, and you get to learn a little bit more about the people who stood before you, as well as, of course, Fixit. Most of the interior will end up looking like this though, since this research facility has most likely been abandoned for hundreds of years. Personally, I'm a massive fan of storylines and bonus lore in video games, so for me personally, this would be such an incredible feature and it'll be a bit fun as well. But if they don't add it, there's always a couple other options that they could do with this island. The second one of which being ores. Now, of course, they could add a new ore here. Of course, we've just got Sam that's been reintroduced in Satisfactory 1.0, so the odds of them actually adding in a new ore anytime soon, I feel like is rather slim. However, if they were to do so, what better place to do it than the brand new island itself? Because, again, as of right now, it has 0 purpose, so why bother going there? If there was a brand new ore though, of course you'd want to go there, why wouldn't you? Like, it's an opportunity to discover something new. But like I previously touched upon, they've literally just added Sam. I feel like the game's flowing perfectly as of right now. So what if instead they added an existing ore, such as uranium? Something which I think would be a pretty nice idea for them to do, is add an absolute ton of uranium nodes on this island. But what would be the point of that? Why would you ever want to go there? Well, think about it. You're right next to the water, there's tons of uranium near you, there's iron very close to you as well from the grass fields and from the biome just north of that, so why not just flood it with uranium nodes? They don't have to be pure nodes and they don't have to be incredible, but just 3 or 4 nodes there would be fantastic, and it will really transform the state and the landscape of our Satisfactory worlds, since a lot of us will most likely end up building our nuclear facilities down there, or at least adding in a drone port, which then gives the island a sense of purpose, a sense of meaning, rather than it just being a bit of a waste of space which no one ever builds on. Now, it goes without saying, the island is beautiful, and I'm sure I've added a few cinematic shots as the video's gone on. Beauty alone can't give one meaning, and unfortunately it's the same for this island here as well. Yes, it's beautiful. Yes, if you really wanted to, you can build something here, just get some trains or some drones out there. That's fine, but other than that, other than the beauty, why else would you want to build there? Truth is, there isn't one. So let's say they weren't going to add an abandoned research facility or science lab on this island, which, to be honest, I don't think they'll ever do. And I think adding in a new ore or just a bunch of uranium or a bunch of iron, limestone, copper, whatever on this island would be a fantastic change just to try and bring players out to there. Now, onto the third thing that I would absolutely love for them to do with this island, and I've titled it literally anything. And I mean that, literally add anything. A crash site, a mercersphere, a summer sloop, caves, ores. Like, it doesn't have to be too complicated. Even adding in a boss, for example. We saw in the very first Satisfactory trailer ever, there was a boss fight in the game. Obviously, they never went through with that. Understandable. But if they were to add a boss fight there that's protecting something interesting, that would be really, really cool. Like, just literally anything. Hence the category name, literally anything. There is one crash site that's fairly close to this island, but it's not directly on the island. If anything, it's closer to the grass field, so in my opinion, this does not count. Have a look at this. What we are currently looking at is every single cave, geyser, and every other node in Satisfactory. Can you notice one place in the map that has absolutely nothing? That is correct. This area down here. This just goes to show you, like, almost every single part of the map has got something there, but this. And I mean, this image in itself is absolutely remarkable. What we are currently seeing, despite it being very hard to see, is every power slug, paleberry, mercersphere, summer sloop, crash site, everything that isn't an ore, essentially, is visibly shown in this map right here. And there is a lot of stuff absolutely everywhere. Except, I mean, just like, look at this image, for example. Look at the grass fields. There is so much going on. Then over here, nothing. Literally nothing. The closest thing you have again is the crash site that I previously talked about, and there's one purple power slug that's directly off the coast of the grass fields, and it's not really that close towards this island whatsoever. Like, this is such a massive wasted opportunity, it's actually bizarre. And this image right here shows, again, every single node and every single other object in the game, which clearly shows there is nothing down here. Which in my opinion would be another fantastic reason for them to add something that is related to this, to the lore, to the storyline. Because no one else would ever bother going down here other than for that. And I think it would be kind of cool since it's not actually attached to the main Satisfactory world itself. You have to cross over a pretty big waterfall to get there. And if you want to go to this island, you have to go there with a purpose. And to discover more about Fix-It, or to discover new nodes, or uranium, or more crash sites, mercersphere, summer sloops, you need to have a meaning to go there. So there's a lot of possibilities that Coffee Stain Studios could decide to go with for this island. I guess one day we'll find out. Of course, comment down below what you guys would like on this island. Did I mention what you guys want, or did I miss something out? Do let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to drop a like if you like this style of content where we do a bit of fan theory about what could potentially be coming into Satisfactory 1.0. But regardless, thank you very much for watching. Before we go, a massive thank you to our channel members: The Bearded Cobra, Jao, Variants, Nicole Still Plays, Asuna, Natormal, Yummy Kill Burns, Chaos Rising, Scott and Hattie, and Mau Mau. If you decide to become a Knight of the Realm for just £2.99 a month, you get access to channel-only emotes, unique badges, and also shoutouts in videos. Memberships are the best way to support my channel, but you don't have to become a member. Even just by watching today's video, you are supporting the channel massively. Here's a couple more videos I've made that you might be interested in. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Have an amazing rest of your day, and remember, Godspeed.